The difference between a coaching business that makes 10 grand a month and one that makes 100 grand a month is leverage. It's just leverage. Now, let me explain. I was at the beach the other day, and every now and then you get one of these women, one of these old Balinese women who walk up to you and they try to sell you a bracelet or something like that for like $1. Yeah, it's always something you never really want. And I looked at her and I thought, God, that is the lowest leverage way to make money that I've ever seen. You know, you're walking around, you're selling something really cheap. You can only approach people one person at a time. You can only sell one person at a time. And I just thought, man, it's crazy the lack of leverage that some people have when it comes to making money. And then I thought, well, do you know what? A lot of people actually do that with online coaching. A lot of people try and grow their business and they have absolutely zero leverage, and then they wonder why they struggle. So just for context, in our business now, we're doing around about 100 grand a month, okay? Between 100 to 120 grand a month. If I just dive into my Stripe account here, you can see these are daily payouts, right? Like 11 grand, what's that? 11 grand, 5 grand, 2 grand, 7 grand, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5. And these are daily payouts. So averaging maybe 3 or 4 grand a day, yeah? And the only way that we're able to hit those kind of numbers is with leverage. So I'm going to explain the wrong way of doing things and then I'm going to explain the right way of doing things, yeah? Now, I've got a terrible cough at the moment, so I may need to cough at some point in this video and I'm not going to edit it out. But let's dive in. So when it comes to getting clients, really, there are only 3 things that you have to do. You have to attract people, you have to nurture them, which is essentially get them to the point where they believe that they need your thing, and then you need to close them. Okay, there is a 4th step, which is actually product delivery, but I'm just talking about getting clients here, yeah? So you need to attract people, nurture them, close them. It's all you need to do. People overcomplicate this shit so much. It's all you need to do. Attract people, nurture them, close them. Where people go wrong, right? If you're listening to me right now and you're like, well, Ryan, I know that. Okay, well, how much are you making then? Because if you're not making more than 20 grand a month, you're not doing what I'm about to tell you, okay? Where people go wrong is with those 3 steps, attract, nurture, close. They're doing them in ways that are like crazy, crazy low leverage, yeah? Now, what do I mean when I say leverage? Just so you're aware, what I mean is you can do an action that has a disproportionately large result. That's leverage, yeah? If you do an action and it has an equal result, it's not really leverage. If you do an action and it has a small result, it's not leverage. And this is what most people are doing in their business, right? So let me explain. When it comes to attracting people, what so many coaches do is they either post on social media, and you can only post 1 post at a time, okay? And then it dies, so you need to keep posting. Or you can, you know, like reach out to your contacts, you can reach out to people in DMs and stuff like that, which is, it's a terrible strategy in my opinion, because it means I need you more than you need me, right? Whenever somebody reaches out to me and tries to sell me something, I just think, you have no idea about marketing. And a lot of the time they're actually trying to sell me a marketing service, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna listen to you because you have no idea what you're doing. So that's what most people do when it comes to attracting people. Now, with the nurture part, again, most people are relying on social media, they're relying on content, which is not a bad thing, but you don't want it to be the only way that you can nurture people, yeah? Then when it comes to closing, there are basically 3 ways that you can close a coaching client, right? You can either take a sales call, you can have a DM conversation and get somebody to buy from there, or you can have them just go to a checkout form without a conversation and they just buy, yeah? Now, I personally have nothing against any of those 3 ways of selling. If you like to take sales calls, take sales calls. If you prefer to sell in the DMs, sell in the DMs. For me, I got sick of taking sales calls. You know, last year I brought my sales call calendar down to just 2 slots a day. So I wasn't taking a lot of calls anyway. And that was bringing us, you know, 4 clients a week. But every time somebody like no-showed or something, it left a bad taste in my mouth. It's like, you know, you block off part of your day, somebody books a call with you, fills out an application, and then they don't show up. That's a complete waste of your time, right? And for me, I didn't want to do it anymore. If you don't mind 70%, 80% of people showing up, do sales calls. It's fine, okay? I just wanted to figure out a method that allows me to sell without sales calls, which I did. It's called the milestone offer method. Spoke about it in my previous videos, right? But those are basically the 3 things: nurture, attract, close. Now, with sales calls and DM conversations, the problem there is there's still pretty much no leverage. If you're on a call with someone selling to them, that's fantastic. You can make some money, but you can only sell to that one person, right? If you're having DM conversations, sure, you can have a handful of conversations at the same time, but you're still kind of selling to one person at a time. Whereas if you could just push a ton of people to a checkout page and some of them buy, well, now that friction is gone immediately, right? There's no friction there. They all just buy, no work from you. That's leverage, yeah? So what you need to do in your business is figure out, when it comes to attracting people, nurturing people, and closing people, how can I put leveraged systems in place for all 3 of those? And when you do, that's when you'll hit numbers like the numbers that I just showed you a second ago, yeah? I could not hit those kind of numbers if I was relying on posting content to get leads, right? I know I post these YouTube videos. I don't even really make a call to action. All of our clients come from ads, yeah? I'm just doing this for fun and to help you guys, right? So you don't want to be relying on posting content. I couldn't hit those kind of numbers if I was reaching out to people manually. It wouldn't happen. It would not happen. And I probably couldn't hit those kind of numbers if I was selling in the DMs. Okay, with sales calls you can, but selling in the DMs, probably not. But all of those numbers that you saw, that's just pushing people straight to a checkout, okay? So I want to tell you about basically the method that I've been using now, okay, in order to get clients. And like I say, it doesn't require sales calls. It doesn't require content. It doesn't require going back and forth in the DMs. It doesn't require any of that, which is why I love it, yeah? And here's how it basically works. So you take, like I mentioned before, you take what I call a milestone offer. Now, this is your front end offer. I'm not going to go too in depth on this right now. I do have a $7 workshop that you can check out down below if you want to know this like really in depth and also see it in action. But I just want to kind of quickly explain it for the sake of this video. So your milestone offer is a front end offer, typically around 5 videos, that is designed to shift beliefs. I mentioned this in yesterday's video, to shift beliefs in your prospect in order to get them to be pre-sold on what it is that you sell. Now, the good thing about a milestone offer compared to something like a webinar or whatever is a milestone offer offers somebody a reward at the end when they get through the training. So they push themselves through the training. You don't have to pull them through the training. They're excited to get through the training. Now, once they've been through the training, they're pre-sold on your offer. And then in the last video, you can just make a soft sell, a soft opportunity for them to join your offer, send them straight to a checkout. This is the only method that I've ever discovered that actually allows me to get clients in 5 days or less from them becoming a customer without a sales call, okay? Now, if you compare that, for example, to a webinar, the problem with a webinar is it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour video and someone gets on there and they know the pitch is coming at the end, right? So you're just gonna get drop off, drop off, drop off, drop off. At the minute, we've got like 70% of people getting to the very end of our milestone offer, which is insane, yeah? Whereas if you look at a webinar watch rate, you know, you're gonna have 70% of people drop off in the first 5 minutes, yeah? So This is a front end offer, like I said, is designed to nurture your prospects and turn them into clients. Now, I couple this with what I call the cashback funnel. So it's a self-liquidating funnel built in a very specific way. This allows you to bring in customers with ads, but also make your money back at the same time, okay? So if you spend $100 on ads, you get $100 back, spend it again, spend it again, spend it again, and your bank balance is never going down. Meanwhile, you're feeding all of these people through into your milestone offer, yeah? Now, I literally just use those two things, not even a sales call tagged on the end, although you can certainly use it with a sales call process. So you've got the milestone offer, you've got the cashback funnel. Technically, if we're looking at how it actually works, the cashback funnel comes first, and then they're fed into the milestone offer, yeah? Now, if you look at how this system works, the first step, attract. Yeah, let's go back to those 3 steps. The first step, which is to attract people. I have ads running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So people are coming to me every hour of every day without me doing anything. That's a big thing that allows me to hit those numbers that you saw, right? I mean, it's the biggest thing. I wouldn't be able to do that without ads, period. If I ever, I mean, I haven't turned my ads off in a couple of years, but if I ever even turn my ads right down, I feel like my whole business has stopped. And I'm like, holy shit, is this what it feels like for people who don't run ads? You know, it's insane the difference, yeah? So step 1, attract. Got people coming in all the time, 0 work required. Then step 2, which is nurture. Now, like I said, content's good. I'm not saying content is bad, but you don't want to have to keep pumping it out. With the milestone offer, people come in and your content, your nurture is the product, yeah? So they come in through the ads, and then you've got the 5 videos. And the good thing about these 5 videos is you're not just yapping like I am right now. Yeah, I'm just yapping, but I'm not actively trying to get clients with this video. But you can create these 5 videos where they are like perfect. Yeah, like they're just spot on. They are designed to turn people into clients. So every person who comes in is going to go through a couple of hours of content. By this point, they're sold. You know, you still have your regular content, you still have your email marketing, but by the time they go through this, they are going to be sold. Then we've got the last step, which is closing. Yeah. Now, the good thing is with the milestone offer, the way that we do it, we've built our own platform and stuff like that. Again, if you want to have a look at this, like, I'm not trying to sell you this for the sake of making $7, but if you go through it, it will make way more sense to you, and you'll be like, oh, okay, right, I get what Ryan means now. You'll see how it all works. But what you can essentially do is, with the milestone offer, is someone goes through the videos, they unlock the bonus at the end, and then what you do is you can open up spots and give them a deadline and potentially even some kind of incentive or discount code or whatever to join your program, but every single person has a unique deadline. So it's not like fake scarcity or whatever it is. You can literally have every single person, when they unlock the bonus, you have 3 days to join us. You know, if you join within these 3 days, I'll give you one-to-one support. Or if you join within these 3 days, I'll give you this discount or this bonus or whatever, yeah? But like I spoke about in my previous video, you need urgency. You need some kind of reason for people to act. And a lot of people don't have that. They just pump out content, wonder why they're not getting any clients. It's because there's never a reason for people to act, yeah? So off the back of our milestone offer, we actually just have people join our program, right? I don't do anything. So throughout this whole process, I don't do anything. People come in through ads, they nurture themselves, they join the program. It's insane. Now, what you can do is, if you would rather take sales calls, let's say if you're not trying to hit these kind of big numbers, but let's say if you want to make 20 grand a month, you might want to take sales calls because you're not going to have to take that many. You're probably going to need like 4 closes a month. So you may need to book like 10 calls, 10, 11, 12 calls to get those 4 closes if you don't suck at sales, right? So if you're taking sales calls, that still works as well when you use a milestone offer, because the people come in, They go through the series of videos, they're pre-sold, and then you can still hit them with the deadline, but you can just say, book a call, right? Book a call within the next 3 days and you get this incentive, instead of saying you have to buy within the next few days through a checkout. So it still works. You could also do it with a DM conversation, right? When they get hit with the deadline, you could say, you know, send me a message if you join the program in the next 5 days, whatever your deadline is. That works too, right? So it still gives you a ton of leverage with the sales process, because you're only going to have the hottest leads. If everybody knows that they're on a strict 3-day deadline, you're not going to have people like booking calls, not showing up, wasting your time, things like that. Yeah. So that's pretty much the premise of this video. Yeah. You need leverage in your process, and ideally you want leverage at every step, but you at least need leverage for the first and second step, right? So attracting people and nurturing them, you don't want that to be manual. Okay. You do not want that to be manual. With the closing, you know, if you want to take a call, if you want to do a DM conversation, whatever, that's fine. If you have tons of high quality customers coming in every day, you can kind of get away with it. You can still make good money, right? But ideally you want leverage in that sales process as well. Okay. So that's everything for this video, guys. Attract, nurture, close. You want leverage. You want to be able to put minimal effort in. Now, I'm not saying don't be a lazy shit, okay? Or I'm not saying you can be a lazy shit, sorry. There's hard work that goes in up front when you're building anything. But when it comes to actually running the system, you want minimal input, maximum output, okay? So that's everything for this one. Again, if you want to check out the workshop, it's down below, $7, 365-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it for any reason at all, just message me, I'll give you a refund. There's also a free training down below if you do want to check it out. That's all about the cashback funnel, right? So it's the milestone offer, cashback funnel. Check one of those out, check them both out. You can do whatever you want. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't liked this video already, please do. But that's everything for this one, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.